Tamer Tahoun, foil coach at Premier Fencing Club. Tamer, we just watched a great lesson with you and your student. What are some of the things that you as a coach really try to focus on with your students?
I think fencing now is just distance. If you focus with distance, you can control the ball. Okay, you can defend without blade work. Okay, you can attack without any blade contact. Just the distance is your footwork, and your leg is so good, and you have the distance feeling. I think it's easy to do anything in fencing, especially in foil. Of course, I think in all fencing weapons, but I think especially in foil.
So distance is the primary focus, the foundation for all of your fencers.
Yeah, right. That's what I think.
All right, and then after distance, or actually with distance, how is it that you help your fencers to achieve the right amount of distance within their fencing?
Okay, for me, first I like defense more than offense, so I'm always teaching my students to start their attack after the opponent finish the attack. Okay, I think this is the best time to start your attack. Okay, your opponent in unbalanced situation, so you can start your attack in this time, but you have to be ready to do it. Okay, so you can wait a good time. You can let your opponent finish his attack or stop him in any part of the strip, and you can start direct your attack.
So it's kind of working backwards, where once the opponent has finished the attack, you're then helping the student to see what that distance is.
It's just not training, and I think it's feeling distance feeling, because it's not necessarily to finish your attack. Okay, maybe you can stop. Once you stop, you have to start your attack. That's feeling, I think, more than training a lot.
And that was something May mentioned, that there's a big focus on not talking during the lesson and instead focusing on feeling it. And that was very apparent watching the lesson, how it was very smooth and fluid. And the two of you just kind of had a very specific rhythm.
Yes, I think because we are together for a long time, starting at 9 years old, now she's 14, so we have a long time together. So she knows what she has to do during the lesson. If I have new student or something, maybe we can talking and explain some stuff and stop the lesson many times. But now she knows everything. She knows my defense, how I defend. She knows when she stop and start. She knows which parade she has to use it. I think it's just because we have a long time together. That's why it's easy. When you watch the lesson, you see it's a smooth lesson, no talking. That's it. I don't like talking, a lot of talking. Maybe when you see strip coaching as well, maybe we sign. Just sign is enough. We don't have to talk or scream or something. If you're a real student, and you know each other, I think sign is enough.
So we're seeing a very rare side of Coach Tahoun in a talking, speaking interview, yes?
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to be able to pull that out here. Now, Coach, apart from distance, what are some other philosophies of yours as a coach, or drills that you really like to do with your students?
I'm focused with the basics. Okay, I think if the fencer has a good basics when he is young or she is young, I think it's easy to give him more, and she or he improve fast. And also I push my students to fence in competitions. Here they have a good opportunity to fence every week. Especially in New Jersey and New York, we have a lot of clubs, local competition, SYC, RYC, and so we have many competitions, and this is a good thing you build the experience. Okay, it's more training, it's better than the normal practice in the club, because the competition's feeling is different. When you fence when you're nervous and worry, it's different. Of course, it's different. So I push my students to fencing competitions. I have one day, I have 4 days class in the club. One day just for drills, no electric, just for drills. So I focus with basics. I think it's important.
With so many opportunities to compete in a real environment, you know, with New Jersey and New York being such a cluster of fencing, it's a great opportunity for your students to see immediate results from the work that they're doing during the week. What are things that you hope your students take away from that feedback they get on the weekends? For example, do you want your students going into the competition simply to compete and focus on using the tools that you're teaching them during the week? Or are you also wanting them to experiment with the new techniques and tactics you're showing?
Of course, I have something I don't know about it. Okay, I have my ideas. I have what I think. I have something to teach them. But of course, fencing is not easy sport. It's global now, and a lot of schools, so they can learn from the fencers in the competitions. Of course, like competition 200 and something, many coaches. Maybe I'm also learning from the other coaches here. When I listen to any coaches in strip coaching or something, maybe I learn something new for me. So it's experience for them and for me, of course.
You, as an Egyptian fencer, now coaching here in the United States, who are some of those coaches that you observe and study to learn from?
I have coaches here. My coaches already. I have 2 coaches here, or 3, maybe some coaches. The Egyptian coaches, they were my coaches before when I was in Egypt. My coach for a long time, Amgad Khazbak. He's my coach. He was a former national team coach, women foil team. So he's for me he's my model. I'm trying to copy what he's doing. Okay, so I'm focused with him every time. So far till now, when I see him give a lesson or something, I'm going to watch him, maybe take some actions from him or something.
And with so many good foil coaches here in the United States, especially in New York, you have Brooklyn Bridge, Fencers Club, you have Empire, just down the street from you. Across the country, you have Greg Macialis and M-Team. But you also have, the Italians and other countries with equally great coaches. Who are some of the other countries or coaches that you try and study to learn from their approach?
Look, I think, I don't know, because every school they have something. Okay, for me, Korean style or Korean schools, they're very, very fast. They care about fitness and muscles and how to move. Besides the fencing, so I like the movement and how they move and how they fast. Of course, I like Italian. It's something different. I like Italian, and it's not easy to learn Italian school or Italian style.
And is that because they're more like what you do with the feeling?
Yes, I think they have something nobody can copy it. You have to be Italian to copy it. I think they can hide behind the guard. Okay, these people, they have feeling. They fence slow, not fast, slow, and they have very, very good timing feeling to hit in time. Okay, so I like, of course, Italian school for this thing. They are so smart, and they can deal with their referee.
And anyone who spent any time in Italy knows very much what you're describing.
Yeah.
That's Italy. Everything about it is very Italian.
Yes, right. I like French style, like classic fencing. So it's many schools. You can absorb everything, and you can take some. It's a good thing. You like something with Korean, you can take it with Italian. You can take it with a good basics or good looking like French or Russian. Okay, you can take it.
Well, Coach, it was a real pleasure having the opportunity to see what you yourself do with your students. And best of luck to you and your students.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.